We don't have enough students. We don't. One of the brothers one time, he said to Sheikh Rabi', he said, Sheikh, I'm thinking about, stopping. I don't want to teach no more. The Sheikh, he said, okay. All right. He said, let me ask you a question. How many students of knowledge do you have teaching right now? Brother mentioned some number, you know what I mean? It wasn't a big number, right? The Sheikh, he said, okay. What's the population of America? The brother got the point. The overwhelming population of America, and you got how many students of knowledge? A few dozen, a few hundred. That's enough to give dawah to the whole country. You serious? We're at a point now where people could take time off. Shaykh Ahmed al-Najmi, rahimahullah ta'ala, he had mentioned, he says, if there are two students of knowledge in a village, then it is binding that both of them teach. It is, but they both have to teach. That's not enough people. That's nothing. If it's only two of y'all, none of y'all can afford to take off and say, I ain't gonna teach. Everybody got to teach something. Whether that's ahkam wudu, ahkam tahara, how to make wudu, purification, how to pray. Everybody got to be benefiting somebody, the people with something, period. You don't have that opportunity. I remember years ago, I asked one of the scholars, because I was a young man. I was getting burnt out. I was hasty, harsh. Yeah, I used to be real rough, man, even rougher than now, right? Not using wisdom in a lot of cases and overextending myself. Now I was like burning myself out. So I said, listen, you know what? I got some other skills I can utilize. I don't got to do this imam thing. I'm thinking I'm a step down from being the imam, and I end up stepping down from being the imam. So I said, it's okay. It's okay if I can do that. And I'm looking for an answer. I'm fishing. You know what I'm saying? The Sheikh said, yeah, you don't have to be the imam no more. That's fine. No, just stop binding on you to be the imam. You don't have to be the imam. So I was like, word, that's what I want to hear. That's my, it's my justification. Sheikh said, I ain't got to be the imam. So I'm gonna step down. But the Sheikh, he said, but whoa, he said, wait, you don't have to be the imam. He said, but you still got to teach to the best of your ability. You still got to teach. I don't care what your job is. He said, if you're throwing rocks, your job is to throw rocks in the field, boulders. If your job is to pick up boulders and throw boulders in the field, if you got non-Muslims working with you, you need to be giving them dawah. There's no excuse. You still have to benefit the people what Allah has blessed you with, because this is what this ain't yours. You have to share it with the people. You have to share as much as you possibly can to the best of your ability. And like Sheikh Al-Anjali, he mentions, we said when you work, that was in your spare time. You still have to teach and help as much as possible. So I'm saying all that to say this, to come back to my original point, is that we can't afford to be just dropping people for nothing. We can't afford to just be dropping people out the way. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. No, you can't. Yeah, subhanAllah. This is a whole nother talk within itself. But the point is that we have to grow up. We have to exhibit some more maturity, right? Like I said, I was young, and I acknowledge the mistakes of my youth and so on and so forth. You see these henna, the tinted grays and stuff like that. I ain't that young whippersnapper no more. I'm still got a lot longer, inshallah ta'ala, but I ain't that young whippersnapper no more. And I'm telling you, we have to mature as communities. We are overdue for the maturity or the maturation of our communities. We have to mature. We have to start looking at the bigger picture. We cannot allow other people's problems to become our problems. We have to focus in on educating the people within our communities with those things in which they need. We cannot busy people with someone with what busies someone else. If that busies these individuals over here, that's what busies them. If it's not related to us and it's not relevant to us, it has no impact on us, then we should not be busying our communities with the likes of these issues. They have no impact on us. Do you understand? No one is telling you don't warn against Ahlul Bid'ah. No one is saying that. Anyone who knows anything about me, no, that's not me. I warn against Ahlul Bid'ah, no problem. But the reality of it is that it doesn't make sense for me to warn you against somebody who you don't know to begin with. You don't know him to begin with. You're not in any threat of running into him. You're not in threat of being impacted by any of his works. So now what sense does it come to me and busy you with this person? You don't even know him. And you're not going to know him until what? Until I mention him. What sense does that make? You understand? I'm going to start the fire and then put it out. It don't make no sense. We have to be more mature. And this is going into my advice to some of the brothers, the students of knowledge coming back who may be put into these situations being an imam. Do not busy your community with that which does not have an impact on them to begin with. But any type of danger that is real or potential danger, then warn your community about that. Warn your community about those individuals, because that has a direct impact on you. Or yani, you really believe that it's possible, very highly potentially, that this may become an issue. So then you deal with those issues. But them issues you ain't got to deal with, don't be in the business of starting fires that you have to put out. And especially don't be in the business of starting fires that you can't put out. You understand? And we can get into the advice of Imam Ahmed about how he used to hate when people will bring up doubtful matters. He said, I hate people because you may bring up a doubtful matter that you can't completely remove. Now what? Now you become a fitna for the people. So those students coming back, if you put in the situation of being an imam, be very wise. Take your time. Sit back, relax, evaluate the community. Really see what they need. Really see what they need and really look and examine what is the best way to present it to them and concentrate on that. And you may not get it right the first time, but you adjust as you go. You adjust as you go. But focusing on that and do not busy your community with things that are not relevant to them, with things that have no relevance to them and their situations, because we're losing too many children, too many marriages are being broken up, too many sisters who used to cover last year don't cover this year, not covering right now. We got to stop with this stuff and really start benefiting the people with that which will benefit them, that which they need. This is my advice to the administrations. This is my advice to the administrators. This is my advice to the students of knowledge. This is my advice to those who may be the imams, assistant imams, or just brothers and civil students who not living in the community who can help out. This is some of what I want to say to you all. And there's a lot more that I want to say, but I'm going to leave it like